Mhm. So I just finished lifting and I've been doing my normal Friday ritual here on Instagram, which is to ask you guys for lots of questions in my stories and then answer them. And one question or a couple questions that kept popping up, they're kind of similar, was how do you stay motivated when you hit plateaus? Was one. And then I don't feel like I'm getting better fast enough. How do you deal with that? And so it made me think about this thing that, a lot of times jiu-jitsu gets called a journey, right? They say the jiu-jitsu journey, but I don't like that definition. I've talked about this before or that comparison, because when you think of journey, the definition of journey implies that there's an end, right? You go from point A to point B. And a lot of times that's the way that people chase things in jiu-jitsu. They chase it with like point A to point B as if there's an end. And the problem with that is that it's almost like you went to an amusement park, right? And you're getting ready to get onto a roller coaster. You're getting ready to get on this amazing ride, right? And then your focus is not on enjoying the ride. Your focus is being over, like having the ride, being done with it, right? So in that sense, you might as well just like step over to the other side, right? Because like you get on a roller coaster, you load on one side, it spins around, it comes back, and then you get off on the other side. You might as well just go back on the other side and walk back down, if that was the case, right? It's like listening to music and then you want the last chord to play, right? You just want to get to the end so fast that the last little note ding, that plays, that's what you're trying to get to. It's like going on a trip with your friends and you just drive around the block. So instead of actually going on a trip with your friends, you just want to get to the end. You might as well just come back home, right? But that's not the way it works. Like if you go on a trip with your friends, you're there in the moment with them. You're enjoying the whole time. If you guys go on a vacation, you're having a good time with your friends, enjoying every moment. You never want it to end, right? And when you come home, you're like, oh man, I don't want this. I want to keep going, right? When you listen to music, you enjoy the song, you listen to it, and then you replay it over again, or you listen to another song. When you get on the roller coaster, the fun of the roller coaster or a ride is not the end, it's the actual doing the thing. And so when you guys are doing your jiu-jitsu, you're creating your own frustration this way, right? Like by like thinking you're supposed to be somewhere or thinking you're supposed to be this good or that good or whatever. You have to enjoy the ride. I mean, it should be fun, right? Like jiu-jitsu should be a fun thing that you should be doing. And just like any fun ride or any fun activity that you take part in, you should be enjoying yourself every day, right? And all you have to do is just take a moment and stop and just look around you, right? And just realize how amazing it is. I was talking to my guys this morning about this. Like there's people in cancer wards, right? People that wish that they could have a plateau problem. They wish that they could not get as good fast enough so they could just be doing something like that, right? And then we sometimes get in these situations where we don't feel like we're doing as well as we would like to, and we create our own frustration that way. But when you stop doing that and you simply say, listen, I'm just gonna be here and I'm gonna enjoy the ride, right? Instead of trying to get to the end. And let me tell you, when you focus on the end, I've done all this stuff and I'm speaking from my own experience partly too, right? When you focus on the end, the problem is that a lot of times we think that there's going to be some sort of satisfaction at the end, right? We think there's going to be some sort of contentment waiting for us there. Like, if I only had this thing, I'll be happy. It'll be good. The problem is you get there, and then you want more, right? You listen to like a world champion talk. He wants to be a world champion again. If you listen to like a millionaire, they're trying to become a billionaire. If you listen to someone, or if you've ran 5 miles before, then maybe next time you're going to run 6 or 7, right? You're going to try to push it a little bit more. You're always going to try to do more. But it's about enjoying the ride, right? Because it's about that whole process, the path rather than the journey, right? Because you're forging your own path, right? It's like you're coming up to a big forest, big dense forest. Every one of us has our own path, and you've got to forge yours. It's not an end point. It's about just doing it. And we shouldn't live any part of our lives trying to get to the end of it, right? We should enjoy the whole time. Because I'll tell you from my own personal experience real quick, to keep this video somewhat short. Like I remember being in my early 20s and being terrified, right? I think a lot of guys, and men and women both, I think we're terrified sometimes in our 20s because we have no clue what we're doing. We feel like we should know what we're doing, but we don't, And then you have that fear. So it's like burning behind you. It's like got a fire lit under your ass. And so you're chasing forward. You're looking forward at the abstraction of the future, right? And then once you get to a point, like for me, I had some goals set and I remember reaching those goals in my like mid to late 20s. And then I kind of had to stop and like, dude, I missed all this fun stuff that was going on because I was so focused out there that I didn't take time to enjoy what was going on in the here and now. So for all you guys that are worried about, and women, I say guys, and I think you guys know this. I say guys as like a sort of a term for everyone, right? But if anyone's coming into jiu-jitsu and you're going about it with this idea of like, oh man, I'm frustrated about not being as good as I want to be or having a plateau or whatever, just stop, right? Just enjoy the moment, enjoy what's going on. Push yourself to be better. Always try to be better. Always push yourself, set goals, dominate those goals, do that. But don't be afraid to take those blinders that you have after that goal, take them off and look around you, realize how amazing just life can be around you, right? And all the people there, all the things that you have that are going right, instead of just focusing on the wrong stuff. And just, instead of trying to get to the end of the ride, enjoy the music, enjoy the trip that you're on. So, guys, I'll talk to you guys next time.